This is Soundoff60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Moon may be over. You tell us. How does Ed Orgeron handle that immense pressure in college football to win, and of course, what comes being the LSU head coach?
You understand the expectations of LSU. Have the same expectations of myself and my staff. Yeah. I've been at Miami, I've been at USC when you expected to win. That's the reason I wanted the job.
Soundoff60 is presented by Merchants and Farmers Bank, where your future is our history. And brought to you by Relief Windows, for replacement windows, doors, and storm force windows. ReliefWindows.com. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Soundoff60. Boy, we got a red hot show.
We do.
This week, but it may not make LSU fans very happy in what we got to talk
Probably
about.
won't.
No, it probably won't. That's a fact. A lot of baseball, a lot of basketball, and always some football. I want to welcome in KPLC sportscaster, sports director, slash.
I'm just happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Brady Raynar, we appreciate
Brady's
you sitting
always
in.
here, man, to look
You're
out
sitting
for
in
us.
for Hobbs.
No, don't say that.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
here for Kevin.
I know that we moved you to second base.
Okay.
And we put Brady at first base. And Cerro, again, protecting home plate.
Always,
All right,
always,
Brady,
Rick.
we appreciate you coming in. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got a lot to discuss. Of course, really was a disastrous weekend in regional for the LSU Tigers in Corvallis.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to cry. You're going to, quick thoughts.
Sky's
was
falling.
it pitching that did the Tigers in the end?
I think ultimately when you give up, 24 runs in
Yeah.
two games or however many they gave up, that's ultimately going to be the kind of the biggest problem. But it's hard to say it's just that their pitching wasn't good when you're pitching your fifth, sixth, seventh guys, guys that shouldn't have even been on the mound in the first place, one inning guys, and you're saying, all right, go out there and see if you can give us 4 or 5 innings. Then you don't catch a break. The ball hits off first base, bounces into the outfield. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you don't have enough gas.
But
Exactly.
help me out. Mikhail Hilliard didn't even pitch.
No.
I mean, sore arms. Two guys who could have gone to the mound had sore.
Labus and Hilliard both.
Yeah, that's a lot to overcome.
It is, Rick. And the thing is, we've talked about it before, I've even with Brady on the show, it's that if you can't control pitching in a game like this, you're not going to look to win it. 24 runs in 2 games?
Yeah.
Rick, that doesn't even sound like it's going to be a victory.
Oregon State had a little extra edge, with the revenge factor, and of course, it's a very good program. Top seed in the regional.
Yeah.
What? They've won like 118 games
and
in
honestly,
2 years.
it felt like that this was their national. The way that they were talking about it, felt like this was a national championship for them, where it was, hey, before we could ever even win the title, we've got to get past that, get the bug off our back, the kind of the bugaboo that they kind of had, and this one it looked like kind of going in.
Yeah. All right. Hold that thought because we'll talk more about the Tigers later on in the show, and maybe a look ahead to 2000 and what would that be, guys? 2019?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah,
Too far ahead of myself.
You had to say it like that, though, Rick?
No, but
wow.
the question, because LSU, it's always Omaha or bust.
They always, Rick.
Is this an underachieving team or an overachieving team? So I've got some thoughts on that. Want to stress the panel a little bit. That's coming up later on in the show. Also on the list, of course, Natchitoches.
Yeah.
Northwestern State, not bad. I mean, you win a game from the Southern Conference.
Yeah.
You go there all the way to Corvallis. Did they bust? Hope not. They didn't have to bust. I assume they flew. But no, you win a game. You eliminate San Diego State, and you push the Tigers into the night.
Did.
That's a win for Bobby Barbier.
I think it is too for that program, Rick. I mean, yeah, I do. But I mean, LSU. Did you not expect LSU not to beat them?
I don't know. When I saw that ball go over center field, I thought this could be interesting.
That's good in saying that because it's a local school too, Rick. Yeah. But I mean, did you not think that LSU wasn't going to beat Northwest?
It's baseball.
That's just me.
You never know.
Brady,
all right.
I think, as a Northwestern State alumni, you could really tell.
Oh, I did not know that.
Little Forkum Demons.
I did not know that.
Definitely some excitement building between
no doubt.
Kind of the base and the people that you talk about.
Right.
And obviously, you hit 1 home run, they're like, oh, we're good, we're showing up. You hit 2, and you're like, hold on. Then they hit 3. I put out a tweet. I said, what the heck did these guys have for breakfast?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they feeding them? So obviously they played well. It's just what happened, I think, that hurt them the most is they got a little trouble in the 8th. You brought out your closer too early instead of he had to get him out of a jam in the 8th, which means he was a little gassed for the 9th. Gave up the runs, and it kind of
done.
We'll have a little fun. A little later on in the show, in the 4th chair, McNeese head baseball coach Justin Hill will join us, and I'm sure he might have some thoughts on Northwestern. I talked to him over the weekend for a column in regards to, again, the conference tournament winner goes.
Yeah.
Southland doesn't get at-large like McNeese didn't get at-large. We'll get into that. And the Cowboys baseball from 2018 with Justin Hill a little bit later on in the show. Also a guest tonight from the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Ronnie Rance will join us.
Ronnie's going to be here.
Former LSU baseball player.
Yes.
Ronnie Rance, very good player.
There's a lot of commentating for the Tigers, too.
Yeah. He'll be here to talk about the Sports Hall of Fame in Natchitoches. We're going to tie this show all together, aren't we?
Yes.
We'll have a lot of fun with special guests in the fourth chair. All right, I want to get into this in our opening segment. It's always big news when we're talking football in blue and gold and red and white, or red and black, I guess. UL Lafayette and McNeese will hook it up.
Yeah.
But in Lafayette, you got a problem with that?
No, it's a home game. Do you see it not being a home game?
Well, it's a split home game.
It's a home game, Rick.
You know,
home game.
90 minutes down.
45 minutes away, Brady. That's a home game.
Well, it's 45 minutes for you because you got a special badge. It takes me an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know what highway you're driving.
In 45 minutes.
You cannot get to Lafayette in 45 minutes.
Yes, you can, Rick. That's a 45
Have you ever
drive.
gotten to Lafayette in 45 minutes?
We went this weekend. We did not get there in 45 minutes.
This is the world that Guidry lives in. He just puts it on 90 and goes. And then people, he waving to the state trooper.
I drive the speed limit.
Then you don't get there in 45 minutes.
How are you getting 55 miles?
Yeah.
60 miles in 45 minutes.
You can get to Scott in 45 minutes, maybe. All right.
Okay.
Cowboys and Cajuns hook it up in 2020 is when the contract calls for it. Yes, it's at Cajun Field.
Yes.
But Cajun Field can put in 33 to 34,000. Now, the last time they played, they got a little under 27. It wasn't a sellout, but it was a good, strong crowd.
I think it also hurt that UL Lafayette going in that game was coming off of a not-so-good season, if I recall
exactly
correctly.
right.
So there was also kind of a little feeling. This will be in what, his second year? The new head coach's second year. There'll be some excitement kind of buzzing.
18, 19, it'll be going into his third year.
You're right, third year. So
Ricky Napier, I think his name is.
Napier. So there'll be some Billy Napier.
That's right. Yeah.
So there'll be some kind of excitement from their side. McNeese, I think, agreed to this. They're getting guaranteed money, so they like that kind of so they're getting real money anyway to begin with. It's close, as he said. It kind of feels like a home game. So I think you understand kind of what you're going when it's an FCS, FBS. You're not trying to play hey, we were in the same conference 25 years ago, Carl.
They need to play, Kevin, but I don't have a problem if they play every 3 to 4 years. You follow me? Because it builds up that. Yeah.
I do believe that, Rick.
Yeah.
It's just like with LSU and McNeese, the way that they do it. I think that's good because you look for it and you know it's coming, and it's like, wow, I can't wait for it. But this is what this does. If McNeese can go there and have a good showing, play well in 3 years, Rick, can you imagine how their program can build from that playing a UL at home? Remember the year they went to Nebraska and played and done well? Rick, that puts your program on a whole other level.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. You said go to Lafayette and like play well? What do you mean by
play?
play?
The last time. They're going to win.
Are you confusing UL Lafayette and LSU? No, we're not talking LSU. We're talking UL Lafayette. They can beat UL Lafayette.
But they haven't.
They did about 6 years ago. They ran them off the
7
field.
years ago.
Whatever. They lost a close one 2 years ago.
Don't start talking
about you want to crawfish
LSU
on this?
on the ropes when the rain came.
No. I'm not talking LSU. I'm talking UL Lafayette.
I know, but I'm saying this program, the blue and gold, something has to happen exciting for that program to take off, Rick.
They went 9-2 last year. All right, boy, you got to sit this one out. You need to sit. All right, look.
9-2. Did we get into a playoff game?
No.
Okay.
Blame that on Nichols.
Okay.
But look.
Okay.
You said it's a FBS guaranteed, but it's not huge guaranteed money.
No, it's not big.
From
It's
UL,
not
Rick.
No, it's not.
No, he's talking about the guaranteed money McNeese is receiving.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
You're not gonna get
LSU,
that. No,
Nebraska
it's not.
guaranteed
No, it's
money.
not.
No.
Maybe 50, 75,000.
But I'm assuming that's a little bit more sweetener in the pot to play it at Cajun Field versus playing it.
Of course.
I think that's kind of the difference and why that they're kind of allowing it. But look, how about this? They played every year between, I think, 1954 and 1987. Something like 35 consecutive meetings.
Right.
Then there was a 21-year gap. We didn't get anything.
Right. No, it's true.
So now we're getting it every this is the second time in 5 years, and I like it. I think we're getting enough to where the rivalry stays alive.
Yes.
It's not all, they didn't pull the respirator like they did for 21 years. We're now getting consistent source of oxygen, and I think it kind of builds excitement because it's not the gap between McNeese and LSU.
Right.
It's a lot closer, and the difference between them is a player or two as it was the last time.
Exactly.
And the thing is, you have players that are from that area that are close, so it kind of makes it even more exciting. But it's an automatic, Rick. You're not going to have a game game like that here at McNeese, you wouldn't play LSU here.
Boy, that's blasphemy when it comes to Cowboy fans.
But Rick,
this game could be.
You're looking at the gate.
I know that.
FBS, this is a bottom-tier FBS and an FCS team. They play them away. It wouldn't
because
be
of
out
money.
The round. Now,
exactly.
A 2 of 3, maybe play 2 of 3 at Cajun.
I can see that.
Well, you just said it'll never be played at McNeese.
No, because when you look at the gate, Rick, you're talking about 17,000 people versus 30,000 people.
Yes.
Where are you going to have the game at, Rick?
No, I'm just saying.
Where are you going to have the game at, Rick?
Theoretically, the game can be played at Cowboy Stadium.
And they're going to have more than 17 at Cowboy.
No, it could be played at McNeese. It could easily be played at McNeese.
The gate's bigger. The
Listen to this guy. This is the sports guy.
But that doesn't. But it definitely could be a 2 of 3. I don't think that they would agree if a home.
No, Lafayette will never come here. UL Lafayette will never come here.
That's all. No,
they will never. I'm just saying, in theory, it could be played.
It could be. Yes,
all right, we're up against the clock. You getting my blood pressure going on?
No, I'm just saying I gotta set you straight.
Oh
sometimes,
my gosh! And look. Finally, I got another TV guy here.
So, me, man, all the way.
What do you mean, Brady? I mean, I got another TV guy.
Two of us
Finally, I'm outnumbering.
Man, so we're good.
All right, okay. I don't mind standing out on my own. I don't mind.
I'm just on the side of truth.
Oh my Lord, the side of truth. All right, when you say something ridiculous like Hobbs, I'll throw out the truth serum on you. Because I'm sure it's coming out of Raynard. All right, we're up against the clock. We'll take a short pause. NBA stuff coming up.
Oh, wow.
J.R. Smith.
Hey,
LeBron,
it happens,
a whole
Rick.
lot more
That's
coming
all
up
I'll
with
say.
that.
It happens,
Holy
Rick.
smoke. LSU baseball and that whole Corvallis disaster coming up next. Stay right here.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Well, Relief Wind is going to get quality. We're going to make sure that the job is actually ordered correctly. Experienced measure tech, experienced salesman, experienced installer. Service. Customer satisfaction. That's our #1 product. At Relief Windows, you're going to get somebody going to show up on time, do what they say they're going to do. Nobody's going to run with your money. We're going to take care of you. At Relief Windows, we're not only windows, we're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is customer satisfaction.
All right, welcome back to the show. A little inside show plug coming up later on in the show. McNeese Cowboys head baseball coach Justin Hill will talk Cowboys in 2018 and what a up and down grinder of a season that was. We'll talk to him about that. Also later on in the show from the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, former LSU baseball star Ronnie Rance will be in the 4th chair as well to talk about all the coming and goings this summer with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. And no, you are not being inducted this year.
Rick, let me say this.
What?
Whenever that happens,
politicking now?
No,
because you're good at it.
Let me tell you, whenever, Brady, this is how I feel about this guy next to me, and Scooter knows it though. If ever that was to happen to me down the road, whenever, in this lifetime, Rick would be the guy that would actually do my speech.
Oh, really?
Because I think he knows me better than anybody.
Honestly. Oh, I would have to do the speech? You really want me to do that?
I do, because I think you would do me justice. I do.
You think so? I roasted Hobbs pretty good at that police jury. I can roast you.
That was well-deserved. That was well-deserved.
All right, let's have a little fun. If we can find some fun with the LSU Tigers in the regional in Corvallis, Oregon. Look, remember Omaha last year? I mean, they had to win, and they beat Oregon State twice to stay alive and knock the #1 team in the country out of the College World Series. Let me tell you, that coach Casey, he had to put that on the bulletin board. And
that was the first thing up on the board.
He used it. And that, again, once again, this team almost returned everybody, Brady.
Yeah.
These guys
Eight
were
starters.
8 starters back with great pitching, and my gosh, could they hit the baseball.
Yeah.
I know it was a cozy field, but they could hit the baseball. This was going to be a tough road for LSU, on the road.
It is. But you know what? Hey, look, they've been through tougher things than this, Rick. But the thing is this, I think it's all in the mindset, Rick. Baseball, you know, you have to understand the ins and outs. It's not like football, Rick. You can use strategy by putting a guy on first base and maybe say, let's bunt and get him to second and force that out. But football is different, see? So baseball, you have chances that you wouldn't normally have in football. I think baseball, it's calculated risks that you take to see what the result of what you can get out of a hit.
I understand.
Am I close, Rick?
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, how many times have you said, hey, we're going to shade coverage over here to this tight end, and we're going to leave this guy one-on-one coverage? Isn't that a calculated risk?
Yeah.
Isn't that leaving that guy on second?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Let's see if he can make a play.
But with baseball, it's just so much more you can do, I think, Rick, when you're trying to get a guy on base or how you pitch to the guy that's on the mound.
Well,
help me out.
Okay, you said earlier, we talked about in the opening segment, LSU's arms ran out. They didn't have enough arms. They didn't have a couple of pitchers that couldn't pitch because of sore arms. And the pitchers that they had just couldn't come through in clutch situations. Zach Hess giving up, what was it, 24 runs in 2 games?
In 2 games, that's a lot of runs.
I mean, they couldn't make anything happen for them.
It was one of those things.
And give Oregon State some credit.
Exactly.
Good bats.
This is a lineup that has a bunch of good bats, and the more you make mistakes, the more they're going to jump on you. But each of those games, it was one play. Hess could have made the backhanded throw.
Oh,
my
still gosh.
Yeah. He misses it,
Good
all of
point.
a sudden it snowballs.
Yeah.
Next game, they had 2
There
on
was
in the
was
first.
3 extra runs, wasn't it?
If I believe so. Next
2 outs.
That
next
doesn't help.
game, they had 2 on, hits off first off the corner of the bag, jumps into right field, 2 runs, end up scoring on the next batter. There was no room for error, and they made a small error, or Oregon State caught a little bit of a luck. It happens. It's not to say that you didn't deserve to win, because they obviously showed it. If it was a 1-0 game and they caught some luck, then you maybe can have some. But these were blowouts, and this shows that they were on their last leg. They had just gotten done with an SEC tournament where they played 6 games in 6 days.
6 days.
That's tough.
That was going to be my next point. I mean, did they leave it all on the field in Hoover, Alabama, in the SEC?
I don't know if you can say that, because I don't think that.
Or did they lose? Did they leave the bounces, the luck, the plays? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a cyclical kind of thing.
I think you could say that, because I don't think that they had a bunch of that in this series. I mean, they're down 5-4 against a team that they beat 12 to.
You're not supposed to be down to a team like that.
Northwestern. They had beaten them earlier in the year, and they had handily beaten them, and then all of a sudden now you're in the 9th inning and you're down a run.
Right.
So I think that there's definitely some where your breaks you left in Hoover.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't have been there. Now, we talk about the way that they finished, and if you look at it in postseason play, they were 6-4, which you look and you're like, well, that's not that good. But considering that they won 4 of those games or 5 of those games in Hoover and in a short span, I think that they've closed out. You talked about under or overachieving. I think as a whole for the talent on this roster, you would say they probably underachieved losing in a regional. Yeah. However, with what we know and the injuries and what their final roster was, I'd say they kind of overachieved where they were at the halfway point of the season.
I agree with you.
All the talent that LSU lost, all right, from Omaha, from the Omaha year. No, I think overall, I don't care what they did in the SEC.
Know what you're saying.
I think they did overachieve.
Yeah,
all right. Now
I
I know
say to a degree.
LSU is LSU, and everybody puts it on that pedestal. I think they overachieved to a large degree.
From the start of the season. If I would have told you at the beginning of this season they'll lose out as a number 2 seed in the regional, you would have said, "Wow."
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't.
With
you think so?
With the injuries notwithstanding, with the talent that they lost.
You lose a regional, okay.
I do.
But to not even host your regional.
Yeah.
And to say that you're an 8th seed kind of going into the SEC tournament, I would say that this would have been a down year. And I think that they just finished strong. So I think I think your perspective's a little with how they finished.
I take a different approach to LSU that should win championships every year. But you're not going to win championships every year.
There have been teams that we've come on in the start of a year, baseball year, and say, wow, Omaha bound. And this year was not that.
No, it was not.
It was not that.
No, and Maneri knew that.
We said that they'll be good if they can get there. It's how it was said. And that's what I'm saying, Rick. No, I think they overachieved. To be at this point, yes. This was not a team that was saying they will be Omaha bound. That did not happen this year.
Okay, then why do you think they underachieved? They didn't get to Omaha.
Well, because
you just want them to go deeper in the regional?
Yes, because with the talent that they had, Rick, I think they've done good. I think they're in a good spot.
Or at least
I think Hops would say that too, yes.
Or at least
I think Hops would say that too, because we did not expect them to do.
You expected them to host a regional?
I mean,
really?
It's at the end
what
of the
world
day,
are you living in, Raynard?
you-
What world are you living in? What games are you watching?
When are you asking me? Are you asking me this in May, or are you asking me this at the beginning of the year?
I'm asking you this when they started the season.
This is a program that has come off an NCAA record, 7 straight national seeds.
Easy.
And now you're saying, no, you're not even hosting. I would think I would have given the program a benefit of the doubt with the guys that they had coming back.
Yeah.
Of course, you couldn't have told me Josh Smith was going to miss most of this year, and you're going to have you're going to rely heavily on 3 freshmen. I wouldn't have seen that. And then all of a sudden now you have Hal Hughes, who should have probably been a platoon guy, having to start every day. He wasn't ready.
Didn't one of the twins miss half the season?
I wouldn't say half the season. No,
both,
in and out.
Both played, but both didn't play probably what you thought. You would have thought Bryce would have had a much better season than what
Speaking
he
of that,
yeah.
All right, I'll back off on you two guys. I don't know. Again, I don't know what world y'all both are living in.
But they win 5 or 6 more games, they host a regional, and then they're about where they probably should have been. So
exactly.
That's where I would say, as a whole, they probably underachieved just a hair.
Yeah.
You're crawfishing. You're crawfishing. All right, let's talk about Bo Jordan and Bryce Jordan.
Okay.
Final game for Bo Jordan.
Yeah.
Boy, what, Barb Star, LSU guy. Everybody loves him. Bryce expected to be back due to a redshirt year. Great career at LSU. Great career.
Both guys, yes.
Yeah.
Glad both guys were local. I mean, we can hang our hat on that. I mean, we've seen in local guys to LSU that go off and play well, Rick.
Yeah.
That's a plus for us, man.
Yeah,
That's
very good. All right, congratulations to the Jordan twins for doing as well as they did. Hopefully Bryce can stay healthy and come back for another year. Take advantage of that redshirt year.
When you look at a coach, and I might even ask Ronnie when he comes on, coach, I'm talking about LSU is a program that's built on legacy. And when you had all of those teams with Skip Bertman, it was like every year, like, well, they're going, that Skip going to put them back in.
Finding fault with Paul Maneri? What? I'm reading between the lines. We got to go to break.
No, I'm not.
You're opening up a Pandora's box.
But what I'm saying, when does this program reach the point to where you said, is it not elevating anymore like it used to, Rick?
Save that thought.
Okay.
Because if we open up that Pandora's box, your head will explode.
Okay.
It will literally will explode.
Okay.
All right, up against
I love Coach Paul Maneri. I love him.
Thank you.
I love him.
Threw that in. Boy, thank you for being political on that one. Coming up next, Justin Hill, McNeese Cowboys. We'll talk Cowboy baseball 2018 when we come back. Stay right here.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at La Berge Casino Resort. Check us out online at soundoff60tv.com.
This is Brandon Holly, 6'2", former college football player. He and his steel crowbar can't get through this storm force impact window from Relief Windows. Call 337-456-1699.
Enjoy a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to your preferences, no matter where you are. Uncompromising, unmistakable. Luxair. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
Let's talk about funerals of the happy variety. See, back in the 70s, there were folks in Austin who liked music and Shinerbach. Trouble was, it wasn't always a delivery truck for Shinerbach. But there was a hippie man with a funeral car. Wisdom would say, don't put the fate of your beer in the hands of delivery hippies with hearses. Then again, wisdom does not drink.
Still swinging. Get your Storm Force impact windows from Relief Windows today. Call 337-456-1699. 456-1699.
All right, welcome back to the show. I want to welcome and thank once again KPLC Sportscaster, Sports Director Brady Raynar for sitting in on the show this week, filling in for Mr. Hobbs, who is, I don't know, making his way back from Corvallis, Oregon. You know, connecting flights and that whole thing. Hobbs will be back with us on next week's show. Appreciate you coming in once again off the injured reserve list.
I'm always here,
with the
Rick,
shoulder
you know,
cranked up
always
and the whole
here,
thing.
Man.
Again, you got to remind me. I don't want to do this. Your head will really explode in pain if I give you my shot.
This whole set will be cleared out. I promise
right. I'm
you.
no Triple G. I'm no Triple G, but I still got a little Roberto Duran in me. Okay.
Hey, I'll clear this
I'm an
whole
old
set,
guy.
I promise you. It'll go dark for a minute.
Yeah, it'll go dark for a minute. Dark. What is that? Dark. What is that? Dark 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll go dark 30.
Oh
on
my
it.
goodness.
All right, Brady. We're having a lot of fun talking about a lot of things. Justin Hill will be on the show. He's coming a little bit later on in the show. In the fourth chair, also coming up from the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Mr. Ronnie Ranch. So definitely stay by your television set for that coming up later. Let's talk. Wait a minute. What's the score? How much time is left in the show? Should I start dribbling near half court?
Don't even do that. Look,
do we have enough time to finish this segment?
Oh my God! What did I don't know. That was a brain. He had one of those. He had one, Rick.
Let me state for the record, if he could, three things. LeBron James, if he could, he would have strangled.
He almost did.
JR.
No, he almost did.
That's number one. He could have strangled him right there on the court.
Yeah.
No.
Number
JR
two.
may not be there next year because of that.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're leading to my point.
Be there because of
Number
that next year.
two, if he could, LeBron would have just, I'm done. Packed up my suitcase, I'm gone. I'm gone.
But Rick.
Literally, leave the NBA. I'm being facetious. But that's how frustrated
Rick,
he must have been.
Honestly, with all due respect, there's been 4 guys that have done the exact same thing in a big game like that. Could you just chalk it up as an honest mistake, JR?
No.
Could
Brady, jump in, please.
That's tough, man.
This fits JR as in what we know of him, what he's allowed us to know. This fits him as much as Curry hitting 9 3-pointers in the next game. The character between him, it's what he is.
Yeah.
He's done this before. And the worst part is how much of an important piece he is to this Cavs team and how much of a friend, I believe, from what I've read and from what I've seen, that he is to LeBron as well.
That's what I've heard.
So
he's the reason, LeBron is the reason why he's still there.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
I'm telling you, yes. He's the reason why.
If
LeBron's
that's the reason,
because
that
of the
is
relationship that they had. And I think it was an honest mistake. I know, Rick. You are a professional. You're supposed to know what that clock says. I get all that, Rick. I get all that, man. But why would you pass it? I don't know.
Look.
I don't know.
He made a great play. We're talking game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Cavaliers are down 0-2. They win that game.
Yeah,
they win that game in regulation, and then
win
this series becomes interesting.
In California,
they steal
yes, they
one
win it.
in Oakland, and kind of anything can happen. Probably won't win it,
split.
but you never know.
Those kind of games. You have to split them.
What happened at the free throw line previous to that play?
George Hill should have made the damn free throw.
Yeah, he should have made the free throw.
He should have made the free. He's an 83% free throw shooter. You make
throw.
that shot, and you saw the shot. It's shorted. We all play basketball. What does that mean?
But we have
when you short the ball, you're tense and you choke.
A recency bias, where we're more worried about what happened after the. Because he made a darn fine play getting the rebound in the first place.
He did.
And you rip him. You can't sit here and say you can't rip JR, but to me, you got to make that free throw.
You do have to make the free throw.
That's who I think at the end of the day should be getting most of the blame.
But it didn't go in. But
he
made a great play on the rebound, and it's situational basketball. These are pros. This is game 1 of the championship series, and the effort, the extreme, intense effort to get to that point, and you lose it because you have a brain fart and you don't know what the score is.
How about this?
It doesn't happen.
And I think it also shows the lack of coaching by Tyronn Lue. When he sees him rebounding and start pulling, Where's the timeout?
Did they have one? Did they have one?
Yes.
What do you mean when JR was run?
Well, he should have called time. Is what
They could have been
Brady
a
said.
when
He could have called time.
Because JR, when he first
To gather their thoughts.
fished his way back or yesterday and said that, oh, you know, I didn't know what was going on. He said, well, I thought we were going to call a timeout. Because he said that there was no way I could have put it back over Durant, which does make sense. He wasn't gonna rebound and get it up.
Yeah.
He had Durant on him, but no, you make a play.
Twice his size.
No, you make a play. You make a play at the goal and you go up.
He blocked that.
You make
it. He blocks that.
And you might get a foul.
Once he starts running,
Durant blocks
where's the coach saying, "Oh crap"?
He's probably in shock. Lou was probably in shock. Everybody was. You saw the face of LeBron James.
I don't know, Rick.
What are you doing? It's like he was like this.
You can't be.
Oh, come on, guys.
Look, Rick, I think you.
I'll give Chris Webber a break in college, calling for the timeout that wasn't there. This guy's a pro. He's a veteran.
You rip J.R. This isn't we're shifting off the blame off of J.R. Smith.
No, not at all.
We're just looking at a way that maybe they could have saved it themselves besides just finger pointing.
Exactly.
I don't know. 4 seconds on the clock. They're not getting a timeout.
Like with the other thing. I mean,
sports is problem solving.
Go back to the play. Go back to the play that the cornerback made. Look, go back to the play of the cornerback for the Saints when the Minnesota game was. What's his name? Give me his name.
Marcus Williams.
Marcus Williams. Did anybody know that the kid had an interception in the game?
No. Good point. He did.
No, nobody knew that, Rick.
It doesn't matter.
I know what you're saying, Rick. But Rick, sometimes, Rick, man, look.
It doesn't matter in this situation.
This is what's going to happen, guys. It's going to go to a game 5. Yes, the Warriors will probably win it. LeBron cannot hit 51 points a night. Can't happen.
No.
It can't happen. So that right there was that game that they should have took away. They should have took it as a W.
In game 2,
that should have been a W.
If they would have won that one, I think they win the series.
No, seriously, because now I've got a chance.
I said that.
Because you go soft on 1 minute and then completely.
But let me tell you what he says makes sense.
You're giving him an out. You're giving J.R. Smith an out.
There's no out. That's a foolish mistake.
Could have called a timeout? No.
Rick, you split those 2 games in California, Rick, and you take those 2 back to Cleveland? Rick, you got a game, son.
No, it would have been interesting.
Son, you have a game.
Basketball. I love LeBron James. I want him to win more titles. But no, the Warriors, they've been hard pressed to win this season, even with game 1.
I don't think
they got too many shooters. They have too many.
It's
too many weapons.
It's too tough now.
It is. You're 2 down right now?
They were down by 5 in game 2.
You know what they're shooting?
I mean, that's coming back. I give them credit.
You know what
they're
they're
down by
shooting
5
right now? In 2 games, 54% from the field.
They're incredible.
But you look over, for example, you look at LeBron and what he was able to do. He was 50% from the field. You look at the rest of his team, they shot 27 of 70. That's 39%. He's not getting the help from his backups.
You have to. You have to.
McGee went 6 for 6.
Yeah.
Livingston went 5 for 5. That's 11 for 11 from backups for Golden State.
Kevin Love and Jeff Price, you got to hit some shots.
Kevin's got to do more, man. Kevin's got to do more. He's got to do more in the paint. He has to. Look,
why is Kevin Love trying to guard Steph Curry?
I have no idea.
I don't get it. I know he's 6'11". I know he can get a
they
ball
do switches and whatever.
Put George Hill on him.
Look.
Remember what was that guy Dellavedova that drove Curry?
That's the problem. Is
they
that
don't
he
have
made
him.
too much money.
They don't have him.
And he's not worth the price that someone else was willing to pay. That's a problem in the
That's
NBA right now.
That's your guy that you put on Steph. He ran Steph Curry crazy.
On the NBA
because he frustrated him.
You can't build. You can't build depth on these teams.
Yeah,
because you don't have the money to be able to pay big stars
and Rick,
then have good depth.
You bring up a good point. That's the year they beat him because he frustrated Curry, and they don't have that
seconds. 20 seconds before we're pushed out of this segment. Does LeBron James stay in Cleveland after what happened in Game 1? And I'm not putting all that.
You mean for next year?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it has to do with Game 1. I think it has more to do with the owner.
No, he don't.
I think it has way much more to do with the owner.
He doesn't stay.
Pushed in.
You could sit on his face.
Over the edge.
You could sit on his
face.
When
they won the Eastern Conference, everyone else shook Gilbert's hands. LeBron walked right past him.
That's
going to be
good
the
point.
reason he does
No,
it.
very good point.
It's done.
Does he go east or west?
He goes west.
He
goes west.
I think
he goes west.
I think he faces.
He goes west.
I think he faces the Warriors head on.
He goes west, man.
With the Lakers.
He goes west.
Got to be the Lakers.
He's going west.
It's got to be the Lakers.
Houston.
He's going west.
He could come Houston.
Houston. Can we talk about Houston the next
or
segment?
Even New Orleans,
oh my God!
I don't know where he goes, but I think all of those are viable options.
Yeah.
Philly or LA?
He's going to LA.
Philly or LA?
He's going to LA.
If he wants to win a title,
he's going to LA.
There you go. All right, up against the clock. We'll take a short pause. We're coming back in about 2 minutes. Stay right there.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill, at LeBear's Casino Resort. The Boys in the Box will be right back.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
Enjoy a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to your preferences, no matter where you are. Uncompromising, unmistakable. Luxair. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to the show. We want to welcome from the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Mr. Ronnie Rance in the 4th chair tonight. Sitting next to our illustrious guest host, that would be Brady Radar.
Our good friend.
We're going to run the gamut here, so you know how this works.
Our good friend.
Bam, bam, in on the question. But
ready.
anytime you want to jump in there and be soft on Ronnie, you can be soft on Ronnie. Okay?
Oh, he's calling you soft now, Brady. That dude right here, man.
I'm giving him a hard time,
This is an
Ronnie.
Italian for you, okay? I promise
I'm giving
you.
him a hard
True
time.
Italian.
This is a big summer for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Another induction class, along with one of our co-hosts here, Scooter Hobbs, is also, and Lynn Rollins from the media side. Welcome to the show, Ronnie. My first time meeting you and having you on the show. Give us a rundown of what's coming up for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame this summer.
Quick little synopsis is people always ask, why is the Hall of Fame in Natchitoches, and how do you get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
And I'll say the answer to that real quick is that the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, they started the selecting Hall of Famers in the late 50s, and there wasn't a home for it. And finally, in the early 70s, Northwestern State raised their hand and said, we'll give you some space on our campus. And they in the 1971, they gave them some space inside Prather Coliseum, the basketball arena.
Yeah.
And that's where they housed Hall of Fame pictures and some artifacts for over 30 years. And then it took Katrina happening, where some federal funds came in from FEMA.
Wow.
And when that happened, some North Louisiana politicians were able to get some tourism dollars sprinkled on that part of the state 12 years ago, because nobody really knew at that point how New Orleans was going to come back and all that sort of thing. So they got lucky, got some dollars, and were able to build their standalone structure. And in 2013, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum opened. Shaquille was in that class. There was a big crowd. And there was a $23 million museum built on the banks of the Cane River in Natchitoches, and that's there forever. And
test my history here. The oldest city, the oldest
settlement in the Louisiana
is in Natchitoches.
Yeah.
So
there's a bed and breakfast every 20 feet over there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Fabulous building.
Right.
Yes,
fabulous building.
It is.
So you know, every August the sports writers get together, eat a jambalaya or gumbo, and there's 35 people in the selection committee, and they select the Hall of Famers. And it's like picking a pope. You know, they go in a room, they fight it out, they send up the white smoke.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
here's the list of 8. You know, they get inducted each and every year, and you can only have 2 from any given sport, and there's 1 wild card. So that way, there's not 8 football players or 8 baseball players.
Yeah.
Right? So they sprinkle it out, they diversify it, and then a few years ago they started doing the Distinguished Service Award in Sports Journalism, honoring 2 sports folks each and every year. And of course, Lynn Rollins, who I've done probably, 600 college baseball games with over the 20 years, he's getting inducted, as well as Scooter Hobbs, who's covered me when I was at LSU, and Kevin, I'm sure, been doing it for nearly 40 years. So we're excited for those 2 guys to get recognized on the journalism side in Natchitoches this summer.
Yes, indeed.
You know, and it seems like this is a hall that's really taken off the past few years. I guess with the building, you know, I've went through it before, and the excitement that came. How big do you think it was getting a guy like Shaq in to kind of show and
Yeah.
prove that, hey, this is bigger than just Louisiana. We're expanding our reach to guys from here that's played here, and kind of allows you to get guys like Reggie Wayne and Ed Reed last year, and Juan Pierre and so forth.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, you think about the state of Louisiana, the criteria to be in the Hall of Fame, you have to have played 2 years high school, or 2 years college, or 5 years professionally. So like a guy like Drew Brees will be in one day because he's played more than 5 years professionally in Louisiana. A guy like Peyton Manning will be in next year because he's from here and played high school ball here. But you know, you think about the state, there's so many great athletes that fit that criteria. And so the classes will just continue to grow. This year, of course, as you mentioned, we got Reggie Wayne going in. But, you know, Ed Reed will be back because Reggie Wayne was his college roommate and they're best friends. And so Ed Reed's going to be playing in our golf tournament and be there all weekend for our festivities of our bowling bash and all that kind of stuff that we're doing. Jake Delhomme got inducted a few years ago, but he'll be there because Brandon Stokely and Louis Cook are getting inducted this year. Louis Cook was his offense coordinator for the Raging Cajuns, and then Brandon Stokely was the receiver he threw all those passes to for 3 years when he was the starting quarterback. So you got these connections. Gary Reasons is coming back, a great linebacker for the Giants who played ball at Northwestern State. He's coming back this year and being a part of it. Yvette Girard. So just because you get inducted, it doesn't mean you go off and that's it. There's always reasons and people you want to come see and honor and come back. And we're excited about this year's class, but you know, even look ahead to next year. Marcus Colston's going to probably be getting in.
Wow.
Peyton Manning's going to be getting in. Les Miles is probably going to be getting in. So that's going to be a really great thing as well.
Very solid.
Ronnie,
Hold on, let me introduce you. President of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, Ronnie Rance, has joined us on Soundoff60. Go ahead and shoot.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Terrell. Ronnie, is there any other activities throughout the year that you guys do for sponsorship for the Louisiana Hall of Fame to where it can kind of stay abreast to people as to what's going on in Natchitoches?
That's the big thing, Kev, is that, you know, prior to I'll be on the job 2 years in September, and you know, prior to my arrival, we really just focused on the induction weekend, and they did a great job with that. But one of my things that I'm trying to do is increase the awareness, the Q rating, if you will, of people knowing that the Hall of Fame is in Natchitoches and making a decision to go or not, right? We need people walking the streets in Lake Charles and New Orleans know, one, there's a Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and where is it? And so that's part of my deal. And then the other thing is we've done some events. We're doing events at LeBairs in Baton Rouge called Suits and Sneakers. We got one coming up in a few months, in a couple months. We did an evening with David Toms a couple of different times, one in Lafayette, one in Monroe. We're doing an event with Archie Manning in Lafayette in October. So we're doing some events throughout the year to try to bring awareness to the Hall of Fame, to reach out to Hall of Famers in those individual markets. And keep them inclusive and involved. And heck, we did an event at LeBairs Baton Rouge a few months ago, Skip Burtman and Augie Garrido. It was Augie Garrido's last public event that he did. You know, it had those two legends together for a night. So we're real proud of that.
Ronnie, you mentioned you're on the job for 2 years. What drew you to the position? What drew you to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame?
Well, you know,
former LSU baseball star, that whole thing. But what drew you to that? Because you mentioned you have an office in Baton Rouge, and of course the museum and the facilities are in Natchitoches. It's a pretty good stretch of geography.
I got a call from a couple of people on the board when the position came available a couple of years ago, and it was real simple. I'm passionate about the state of Louisiana. I'm passionate about sports. I've been in kind of fundraising and marketing for many, many years. And so it kind of fit all the things that I feel like I do kind of well. And it's been a little more challenge, a little bit of a challenge. You know, making sure people in Bunkie know there's a Hall of Fame in Natchitoches. But it's been a fun challenge. And look, I've gotten a chance. Look, I'm a fan. Gotten a chance to meet his old teammates like Eric Martin and Dalton Hilliard. We did Dalton Hilliard joined us last year for an event. The first time he had done like a real public appearance thing in many years. So it's been a fun treat to get around and see all these great athletes that I can appreciate.
And it looks like the actual building has slowly, like, every year you come back and something's kind of updated, something's kind of changed.
Yeah, we try to do that. I mean, we're a limited budget. We're a state-funded entity, so that's why as the foundation president, my job is to try to fundraise and all that. But yeah, we change it up every year. We have some new inductee things that go in there. We hope to change it more and more in the future. And you know, folks, the last weekend of June, it's real easy to remember. You always want to know, well, when is it? It's always the last weekend in June.
Yes,
and
always.
It's now turned into a 4-day event. We start on Thursday with the press conference and a free welcome reception open to the public at the museum with music and food entertainment. And we roll all the way through with a concert with Wayne Toops this year. We got a big 70s disco bowling bash. We got a golf tournament. We got a kids clinic that's free and open to the public. We've got like 6 events over 4 days. So it's We want all the folks in Louisiana.
I'm not playing, but I'm going to the golf tournament. Okay, just to hang out.
The swing's not going to be ready? It's not July 1st? It's not?
No, it won't be. Ronnie,
Can you do some putting maybe July 1st?
I better not, Ronnie.
All right,
I better not.
all right.
Ronnie, just a little bit off the subject of what we're talking about. Louisiana's Hall of Fame, great deal. I think it's wonderful. A little bit about LSU. What's your take at this point?
Baseball or football?
Football.
All right. We've already moved past baseball.
Yeah,
it's been done 24 hours.
We've moved past that. What's your thought at this point? Is there any star names that come out for this year? Ron, I can't think of any.
You know,
there hasn't been a year that they haven't had a running back that's been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Who is it? Hell, I don't even know who the running back is.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
It's got to be the Edwards-Hilaire guy.
I don't even know who it is.
It's probably going to be Hilaire, and then the freshman coming in is going to get opportunities. Look, the over-under in Vegas was 7.5 wins on the season. And a month ago, I would have taken the under because I really thought 6-7 was where they're headed. But now with the new quarterback, I think that line will jump to 8. I think it'll probably go up 8. I don't think it'll go 8.5, but I think it'll go to 8. And I think
Ronnie,
8's right on. I think 7-8 is where
you know, as a Tiger in baseball and me as a Tiger in football, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
But that's the new norm.
That's
the
what I'm
norm.
having a problem with,
Right.
Ronnie. Why can't we get back to that national status that we've had for so many years?
You don't have a simple answer. If you ask, he's going to tell you that they left the cupboard bare with the recruiting, okay? And so now they threw a blanket on every offensive, defensive lineman that could walk and chew gum, and sign them. Didn't matter 2-star, 3-star, just get them, right? So they're trying to get to that. I'll tell you what, they passed that rule the other day at the SEC meetings where graduates can transfer and be eligible right away.
Yes.
It's going to be the Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Next
it
year.
is.
Trust me, it is going to be the Wild West, and maybe not always
we
in a
talked
good way
about that,
for
Rick,
LSU.
because now once you graduate, you're free to go.
Yeah, I mean, but
you're free to go.
Some years it's going to help LSU, like it did this year. They got a quarterback out of it, and some years it's going to hurt them because it's going to hurt your depth. Because if you're not a starter, you're going to take off and go start somewhere, maybe even in your own league.
Ronnie Rance, president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame.
needed that.
In our final 15 seconds. Educate the folks at the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame in Natchitoches, there on the river,
Yeah.
Open 5-6 days a week.
It's open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30. And this year, of course, the Hall of Fame induction weekend is June 30th. Come be a part of Scooter Hobbs. I mean, come give him.
We'll be there.
Love.
Believe me, we will be there.
We got all kind of events going on. Go to lasportshall.com. Go to lasportshall.com. We got concerts. We got golf tournaments. We got all kind of and look,
it's a big event.
It's for the kids as well. We got a free kids clinic. The Louisiana Tennis Association is going to be there. We got Saints and Pelicans marketing folks going to be there. It's all free. You just got to go to lasportshall.com.
You got it covered. You got it covered. Ronnie Rance, we appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks so much,
Next time you're in Southwest Louisiana, make it a point here. All right.
Good. Thank
Great
you.
job,
Rance,
Ronnie.
Former LSU baseball star, president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Short pause. We're coming right back. Stay right there.
Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LeBerge Casino Resort, home of Soundoff60. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
It's triple-digit season out here. Now, chances are, you won't crack open a light beer and suddenly find yourself in the middle of a crazy yet refreshing snowstorm, where a bunch of bikini models bring out more light beer to some crunchy classic rock riff. Nah. And anyways, you brought your own snow, and bikini models, and plenty of Shiner Light Blonde. Nice.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
Relief Wind is going to get quality. We're going to make sure that the job is actually ordered correctly. Experienced measure tech, experienced salesman, experienced installer. Service. Customer satisfaction, that's our number one product. At Relief Windows, you're gonna get somebody gonna show up on time, do what they say they're gonna do. Nobody's gonna run with your money. We're gonna take care of you. At Relief Windows, we're not only windows, we're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is customer satisfaction.
All right, welcome back to the show. I want to thank Ronnie Rance, president of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, for joining us. The fourth chair remains filled, and that would be
we're on a roll.
Cowboys. Yeah, we're on a roll. Cowboy head coach Justin Hill has jumped in to talk about the season that was, and I described it, Justin, earlier in the show, was kind of an up and down, kind of a grinder of the year. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's certainly fair.
Up and down, yeah.
Yep. I think that's for sure. It didn't start off the way it wanted to. I thought we had a great run in the middle part of that. At one point we're 14-7 in conference, sitting in second place, playing Sam Houston for a chance to put yourself in first place, and then just kind of wheels kind of fell off on us a little bit. But didn't finish how we wanted to, but those are the things sometimes that keep you coming back.
Yeah. Coach, when you look at the year before, when you had just a awesome year, did that put a little bit of pressure, you think, on the squad, trying to go back and duplicate what they did the year before? Did that have any of an impact, you think, on some of your younger guys?
Yeah, I think it's possible for anything like that. Anytime you get to the top of the mountain, you want to get back there.
You do.
You do. But they may not be equipped to do that. They may not understand all the work that put in there, all the adversity that you went through. Obviously, this group felt a lot of adversity and the ability to come through it. So I think it's certainly something that they probably felt going through that. But the bottom line is, we played a tough schedule. We didn't get the job done early, and that probably led to a lot of feelings of woe is me and not being prepared for those moments. So we'll get better, and we're going to be better for it.
Two-part question, Coach. How big of a deal you think pitching played on this year's throughout?
Yeah, obviously that's the first part of the question. I can't wait to get to the second part of the question. I thought the front end of our pitching was really good.
Yeah.
I thought our bullpen was especially really good. I think Aiden Anderson, with what he did, with as many saves as he had.
Yeah.
I thought Zach Ryder, with what he did, I thought he was pretty special. Grant Anderson had a really good year. I know the 4 and 7. You go and you look at those numbers. What he did in pitching for us on Friday night, kind of in an emergency role, and having to do that. And I thought Kane Eckert really came back for us, and you could see how much better he was toward the back half of the year. After that, it kind of fell off for us a little bit, but we really leaned on, probably 3 or 4 guys, and that ended up kind of inflating their numbers a little bit. So I think that was pretty big. I think some guys shouldered a little bit heavier load than they needed to.
Yeah.
But I got to give them credit for continuing to take the ball and go out there. So we got to do a better job of get some more horses in the stable, and making sure that those guys we can put them in a better situation for them to be successful.
Part 2 of the question.
Done.
No, he's done.
That was it. I'm done.
Okay.
That was it.
Man.
Done.
He's on his meds. He's done.
There you go. There you go.
You mentioned some of the trials and tribulations you guys felt early, especially with that top part of the rotation. With the Andersons, obviously Aiden was the guy that started last year. He started the year there, switched him with Grant. What kind of went into that decision? And then why did you as a pitching coach feel the need, and not necessarily feel the need, but kind of decide on keeping the Andersons together each night? Obviously, Aiden came in and saved a lot of those Grant Anderson wins.
Yeah, I think probably the second half of that question, I think some of that was just how the game played out. When Aiden was the guy to finish the game off, you wanted to go to your best arm right at that point in time. So I think it kind of played out that way.
Yeah.
As far as I think it was the 5th weekend of the season when we decided to do that, and it was on the road. It was at Stephen F. Austin. Our first 4 weekends, I think Aiden had a grand total of 2 run support in 4 weekends. We were 0-4 on Fridays. Every time Grant had gotten in the game, it was do or die. It was lose the ball game. It went, there was no in between. To be honest with you, it was just we had nothing to lose, and so we went for it. Like I said, I think some of those decisions had to do with depth and where we were at, and so we just kind of went for it. We wanted to take a little bit of pressure off Grant, because the first 5-6 times he went in the ball game, it was if he's not perfect, we lose, and so you start to see him go out and pitch and show that he can command the game and turn the lineup over. I mean, he's more than just a late inning guy. I mean, the guy's a great pitcher. He showed that the year before that, and what he did I think it was 8-0 his sophomore year, first guy out of the bullpen for us. I think that's probably a more traditional role that he needs to be in, a role that he's going to be best in.
Yeah.
But, you know, he did what we had to do this year. So I think, like I said, going back to the second part of that question, I think some of that was just kind of the way it works. It goes to credit Grant for putting us in a situation to win the game, and Aiden being our best guy at that opportunity. So I think that's kind of how it played out.
McNeese Cowboys head baseball coach Justin Hill has joined us on Soundoff60 talking about the season that was in 2018, the conference tournament, early exit out of the Southland Conference, of course.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing a lot of evaluating over the offseason. We had a long conversation over the weekend, talked about the pitching issues, talked about inconsistency overall, but you shared a little nugget with me in regards to a stat that I would not normally have looked at, and that came back to the number of players that played an enormous and a significant amount of games. A small number playing a huge amount of games.
Right.
I thought that was quite telling. I wouldn't have looked at that number.
Yeah, that's one of those you kind of knew, especially toward the back half of the year. I think we had to have an injury to Andrew Bryan, and once that injury happened, you kind of knew what the lineup was going to be. Brett Welton did a good job of coming in and kind of filling that role, but we had eight guys with 52 or more starts. And, you know, this is a game you want to keep playing when things are good, but if things aren't quite good or you're going through a slump or something, sometimes you want to give a guy a break. And or even if the game's out of hand, you want to get some guys in there.
You didn't have that luxury.
Just didn't have that luxury this year. Just kind of the way it worked out. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not, but that's just kind of the way it played out. We kept running the guys out. I think if you look at some numbers, first part of the year, I think we had 3 guys in there with batting under 200. We weren't able to get them out of there. Now, it showed. You know, later you saw their averages start to creep up. You started to see some things, but you know, just to get that mental break. You know, sometimes it's good to go and do that. And the other number is we just didn't have any pitchers. You know, from a starting standpoint, just really get deep into ball games. I mean, we only had one guy go more than 65 innings. And you got to be able to spread those innings out, but your horses have got to take the lion's share of those innings in doing that. So that's one of those things. I was proud of the guy. I'm really proud of the guys and what they did. And we had some great moments. We had some great opportunities. Even, you know, losing 2-1 to Northwestern. You know, we were that close, and that was a team that ends up representing our team and representing our conference in the regionals, and we all saw what they did. So you're always that close, you know, but we want to put our team definitely in a better chance.
Justin, our final 15 seconds, didn't mean to interrupt you. Major League Baseball draft is on a Monday, coming up obviously this week. Joe Provenzano not going to be on the squad, and there may be 1 or 2 others that may not return. Give us a sense of the Major League draft and how it's going to affect your roster. I know you don't want to be a fortune teller here.
I think the big thing is start looking at day 3. That's when rounds 3 through 30 happen. I think that's when you'll see the majority of our guys go. I don't think we have any signees, commitments, or anything that's going to have an issue. Now, Shane Selman's probably got the highest chance of getting drafted and signed. I think his signability is going to be good. Obviously, with the years that he's put up, freshman through junior year, didn't have necessarily the year he wanted to this year, but he still put up good power numbers, RBIs, those things. So I think he's got a good chance. He's had some good workouts. And after that, you know, you just never know. I mean, Grant Anderson's going to have a chance to play professional baseball, whether it be this year or next year. Same thing, Kane Eckert, Aiden Anderson. There's Carson Maxwell. You just never know. I mean, the draft is such a crapshoot with that. You never know how it's going to work out. We could have 1 guy. We could have 7. That's just kind of the way it works.
We'll let it play out. Appreciate you coming in. Have a great off season.
Always.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the hot summer.
You got
camp coming up too. Your baseball camp coming up.
Camp start next week. We got the little kids. We got the junior highs the next week, and we got a high school showcase in July. So.
Wow. And anybody wants the kiddos, just call the baseball office and get all the information.
Call the baseball office or cowboybaseballcamp.com.
Yeah, good time though. I put my little one in there every year. He has a good time with that. Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank you
Justin
very much.
Hill, Cowboy baseball coach. We'll come back and wrap it up in about 2 minutes. Stay right there.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by our friends at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Soundoff60 24/7 online at soundoff60tv.com.
This is Brandon Holly, 6'2", former college football player. He and his steel crowbar can't get through this storm force impact window from Relief Windows. Call 337-456-1699.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable, personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
Still swinging. Get your Storm Force Impact windows from Relief Windows today. Call 337-456-1699. 456-1699.
All right, welcome back to the show. Brady, we appreciate you being on this week, filling in for Scooter.
Did a great job, and I have to say, everything that I agreed upon, he agreed with me.
Yeah,
so you really was on your own tonight, Rick, okay? I'm just telling you. I love it when I got somebody that feel what I feel, man. You just don't know how that makes me feel. Thank you
Checks
so
in
much.
the mail from Digger. He likes to pay people to agree with his idiocy. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good. Look,
you negotiated a good PayPal. There you go. Brady Raynar from KBLC Sports. Watch him every night, Monday through Friday.
Does a great job.
6 and 10. They don't have you on at 5.
No,
not at 5. Here's a key question that
we run around a lot.
You know, you go to the Saints, and you go to the Saints deal, and you see all the greats. You know, the Mannings and all the greats.
Yeah.
You go through Channel 7. I'm wondering if the greats of Channel 7, the ones that paved the way, like yours truly,
Look,
Butch Alcindor.
What? There are a statues I have to walk through.
Really? Ted Wren, Sam Hall, Rob Robin.
There's the bar, and all the names are there as you go in.
Just checking.
Yours truly, the legend.
The legend.
Yours truly,
We
the legend.
paved the way
The
for
legend.
you young
Yours
stars
truly. The legend.
to make your $1 million contracts. We paved the way. All right.
Did a good job, Rick.
Appreciate you coming in. Heath Schroer, McNeese basketball coach, picked up a transfer from the University of Massachusetts, 6'10".
6'10".
And another transfer, he's got eyeballs. He's very active, and he said he was going to make quick work, gentlemen, and bring in bodies, and he has.
Yeah, I think if there's any doubt if anyone had coming in, I think it's kind of solidified that he's had the connections. Now, you're bringing in this many guys, the longevity, I don't know.
Well,
but at least for the short term, this is going to be a team that's going to be at the top 3, 4, 5 teams in the conference.
These guys coming in should at least play for 2 years.
Right, but I'm talking about beyond that, it is stay here.
Right.
But for now, this is going to be a good team, and I think this is going to be, if you're a McNeese fan and you're not interested in this basketball team, I think you're just kind of lying to yourself.
Do you credit Bruce Hemphill?
It was a good hire.
Okay.
It was a good hire.
It was needed.
It was a good hire.
And I can look, all the stuff
New
that's
blood,
happening.
big
You have
program.
a new arena. I mean, how else would you want to open that arena? How else would you want to open it?
But
You've
I'll
got
say
to go
this,
big.
Without his connections, I'm not sure Schroyer's here. So I think you have to credit Hemphill for this hire.
Okay. Good hire. All right. Next week, we're going to get into the NFL owners and the new policy toward the national anthem.
What a
You
meeting.
won't be here, but maybe in spirit you will. How's that?
What
But
a
we'll have
meeting.
you back soon,
Yeah.
okay?
What a
All right.
meeting.
Appreciate it. Kevin, appreciate you coming in. Hobbs will return back next week. It's been a great show. Enjoy it all week.
Yes.
9 o'clock Monday through Sunday night on Southern Link Channel 4 on the replay and the website, of course. We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great sports week.
Soundoff60 airs on Southern Link Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Soundoff60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.